Woo, we are jamming today. Thank you, Music Man 1017, for bringing us this live electric guitar playing as we set up our stream. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And today we are judging a crazy exciting event. Today we are judging a 2-month in the making Minecraft build contest. Malcolm Horn indeed is Music Man 1017. I see folks in the chat very excited about that. I'm excited too. I also appreciate our other judges. We'll get to them in a second. First, I do want to shout out our mod, Sammy Higgins, watching the YouTube and Twitch chats today. We are doing something way different than usual. When we normally do a Minecraft build contest, we normally do a 45-minute build. This is a 2-month build. We've got 8 teams who each spent up to 2 months building downtown main streets for this contest. And so basically they are competing for their first choice of hosting an upcoming parade float build contest. Our 3 guest judges, I'm going to introduce them each and give them a chance to say hello. Alphabetically speaking, absolutely first, but so many ways she is first and best as well. Lapis Lori, thank you for joining us. This is not our first build contest we are judging together, is it?
No, it's not. We have actually worked together in the past at a place called Play On Con down south, and we worked together for a build competition there too. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. And you stream routinely on Twitch, right? You want to shout that out real quick?
Yeah, you can come hang out with me. It's Lapis_Lori, and I believe my name's on the screen right there. You can kind of see that. Generally on the weekends now, because life has kind of taken over. But yeah, happy to have people stop in. Would love to see you. You can experience a little bit of Minecraft build that I do.
Yep, and you play some vanilla SMP yourself, right?
Vanilla SMP mostly. Yeah, I own a server. I'm not gonna cross compete, but yeah, I do have.
You're not cross
server
competing. Shout it out. What's the name of it?
It's called Hypermind. It's a server that I've owned since 2015, so we've had it for quite a long time. And it's been prolific. We're on our 6th season now, as far as maps go, and it's been around for a long time. A lot of people who come to Hermitcraft actually have come to you from Hypermind. So very excited to join you here and see some of the builds on your supporter server. It'd be fun to see.
Yeah, and I appreciate you taking me to visit your server in the past. The red, or what is it? My Red Sky Bay concept in season 5 was derived from your Sea Cow Bay.
Sea Cow Bay.
Way
I
back.
remember that.
Years ago. So in some ways, you've deeply influenced my own journey and my trajectory on Hermitcraft. Thank you, Lapis Lori, for joining us today for this historic build competition. Next up, we've got the man with that guitar you heard earlier, Music Man 1017, a.k.a. Malcolm Horn. Welcome, Music Man.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and
so good to be here.
On top of now you've been a professional musician for several years, right?
Yes, sir. For 7 years.
7 years.
I've had a band called Ear Candy. Just been traveling up and down the East Coast, playing private gigs and weddings and stuff like that. And I actually got started on Twitch because of the pandemic. So once that took away our work, I found my way on Twitch and kind of just kept doing what I was doing with them.
Yeah, and so folks who want to check you out playing Minecraft, you do a few different Minecraft series. You do a hardcore series with your sister, I believe, and then are you doing any SMP stuff as well?
I am. So I have the teaching time thing that I do with my sister on Tuesdays, and I also am a part of Legacy SMP. Mm-hmm. So I do been doing some work on there with all of our shenanigans, and then I have a 17-month-long hardcore world that I've been running for 17 months. It's been a lot of fun. It's been scary, but it's rocking. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, 17 months is high stakes.
Yes.
And then we have joining us one of the founders of the Shaft podcast, one of the earliest and longest running Minecraft podcasts ever, Mr. Wes Wilson. Howdy, Wes.
Hey, I'm Wes Wilson, aka Wes Wilson. My real name is Wes Wilson.
I wonder what that's like.
I know, it's really weird.
It's a funny coincidence because, like, my streaming name is Joe Hills, and then my real name is Wes Wilson. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I thought it was Hills.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I Americanized it from the German Hilts. Actually, Ellis Island did that like a century ago, but it's fine.
I also am the owner and director of Play On Con, which you guys have regularly attended, and I love it. It's still one of my favorite things in the world, and it's really an honor. Joe, I gotta tell you, I have had I have to admire your perseverance. I loved Minecraft. I played it for a really long time. I can't imagine like how many hours you've put into this game, and your work and all that stuff is impressive, and you still stay fresh and exciting with it, and I love it.
Well, thank you, Wes. I always tell people my secret to not getting burnt out on Minecraft is my responsibilities as a parent mean I never have enough time to play Minecraft. You know?
True.
So, it's easy to love the game when the game is a break from all that sometimes.
Yes.
Hard vouch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all of us are parents, actually. But we'll get into our banter later. We need to talk a little bit about this build contest. Like I said, we have 8 teams who had 2 months to build a downtown city street that will hopefully host the parade of their dreams. Now, these parade routes are currently undecorated, because these are just supposed to be like, hey, we could end up with the Christmas parade, we could end up with the Thanksgiving parade, or Halloween parade, St. Patrick's Day. We don't know yet, depending on who wins. Their first prize is first choice. You get dibs on what you want to host for future server events. So I'm looking forward to streaming parade float build contests from each of these locations over the course of the next year or so. So let's go ahead, and I've got books from all 8 of the competing teams. I'm going to use my mouse wheel, close my eyes, and pick one at random. We picked Untitled or Untitled Road. From Team Untitled, builder is Kindleless with material support from the community. Okay, so this contest was open to both groups and individuals. So it looks like Kindleless is the sole builder here. Can I copy and paste the coordinates? I cannot. Ooh. So I'm going to write the coordinates in my Twitch chat window so I don't forget them. Negative 1490.
Or we could split them up between the judges. The first judge gets the first one, the second judge gets the second one, the third judge gets the third, and then we repeat them.
Well, that does sound like a good system in theory, but I'm already... Okay, wait. I think I might have copied them wrong.
It was negative 1498 because I remembered the third one. Like I said, I should.
It's negative. Wait. Oh, okay.
We're just gonna go to random ocean.
Yeah, we're just
gonna be so beautiful. I can't wait to have a parade there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna teleport at all to me, including y'all. Y'all are in spectator mode. All of the players in the server are in their standard survival mode. So is Kindleless here? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna see if I can drag Kindleless into this room. Kindleless, do you want to connect? Yeah, you're down there. Let me see if I can drag you in on voice with the magic of this Discord thing. This is the sort of stuff like we've never done a build contest this ambitious before, and I'm realizing there are a lot of parts of it I should have tested first, like dragging people between Twitch rooms or Discord rooms. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to drag him one room over and then another because I can't scroll wheel while I do it. Okay, hold on. Kindleless, can you hear us? Hopefully you can hear us.
I can hear you.
Yay!
Yay, Kindleless. So, can you introduce your area real quickly and tell us about it?
Very quickly, I started this build about a week ago because I got swamped with my summer semester at college.
Mm-hmm.
So the concept is it's going to look like one of those old film studio lots from the early days of like Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the buildings will be nice facing on one side and mediocre facing on the other.
Mm-hmm. So I guess, though, that as such, this is not a build that is completed.
Oh, this is not even close to being done, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, in some ways, it's good that we picked you first, then. So we're going to ramp up the expectations as we go. But yeah, just so you know, you will be judged on what you've accomplished so far. Is that fair?
That is totally fair. I do have a redstone demonstration for any of the judges if they want to activate the road building machine.
Oh, well, none of us can.
building
They're in
machine?
spectator mode. So why don't you go ahead and activate it?
I will run over and hit the switch.
And is it going to be in this grassy area where the
No,
the road
it's
will
up
be?
here. It's up here on
Oh.
the road.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see. I thought we were still down here by the gate.
This is very cool.
Yeah, let me teleport myself to
activated it,
Kindleless so I
and-
can show the chat. Okay, so is it this piston thing?
Yes, I built the entire road this way and just left these components in place to show what had happened.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So the pistons move the other pistons, and then you just create a new mechanism every so often?
Yes, underneath us is the machine that auto-generates all of the stone and cobblestone in a random pattern.
Oh, so it creates a ribbon down here. Oh, I see what you're saying, underneath. Okay.
Yes, if you fly underneath the road, you can actually see the machine in operation.
Great. Well,
This took longer to build than anything.
That's wild.
Yeah. So thank you.
Actually, the Ever Given boat in the background took the longest to build.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I built one of those myself, and they are quite the effort. So here's what we're going to do. Thank you, Kindleist, for answering a few questions real quick. We are going to have Music Man play a quick 2 or 3 minute song while the other judges fly around and spectator, as well as myself for the benefit of the Twitch chat. And then we'll have the judges share some final remarks before we move on to the next town. We are not going to share scoring at this point. We are going to let the judges take their own notes and then create their own ranking lists later. So here we go. Music Man, can you want to take it from me?
Got you covered.
Awesome. Thank you, Kendall.
Here we go.
Again. I'm kicking you out of the room.
Thank you, judges.
And Joe, are you going to leave the room while we talk?
No, you don't talk now.
Oh.
You look now, Wes.
Okay.
Examine, take notes.
I am.
With our
Also-
special eyes.
Also, they can still hear us. I really intended for this to be a showcasing Malcolm portion. Woo! Thank you again to Music Man 1017 for providing such brilliant live music for us. Judges, any final thoughts before we move on this build, Untitled by Kindless? Lapis Lori.
I think it's just super impressive that the whole thing's made with the redstone function. That you didn't have to go mine these blocks and place them. To me, that's outstanding because I always hire out my redstone. It's not something I'm handy with.
You know, it's good to know when to delegate. Wes, what you got?
Well, I just I'm very impressed with the redstone stuff. That's a really impressive feat that makes me very happy. And school is very hard. School's hard. Amen. So the fact that this was accomplished while school was going on is a good thing. But I'm still trying to figure out what this judgy little snowman is over here for. Because he just keeps looking at me, and I really feel like I don't like him.
It's surprising he can see you in spectator mode, but boy. And Music Man, anything you'd like to share before we move to the next build?
You know, I was just flying around just a second ago. I love the redstone work. I love the little building machine here. That's sick. I love where the ship was heading. I already like the design of it. It's beautiful. I could, if you had the time to, finish it and get it where you wanted, I already know where it was heading. This looks amazing. It looks amazing.
Wonderful. So thank you, Kindless. Once again, the judges will rank the builds and present the scores at the end. So here we go. I'm going to randomly... Wait, I should have 8 books. No. Hold on. No, I've got Team Reverie, Toxic Strip, Sunflower, Team Uncanny, Northland, and Babalar. If any of the teams didn't get me their books, please get me that in the future. So here we go. We're going to run through our book cycler, closing my eyes, spinning the mouse wheel, and we got Green Pane. Gonna do it again. Empty. Gonna do it again. Northland. Here we go. 1490, 68, negative 2167 are the coords. The list of builders are Shawnard, Superstone, and Retrospecs 486. So this is a 3-person build team. Let's go ahead and I'm going to teleport myself over first and make sure the coordinates are valid before I teleport everybody. I say as I awaken in a frozen wasteland. Let's look at that book again. 1490, not 149. Yeah, learning a lot about transcription here. Boom. Here we go. This is more what I was expecting. So I'm going to teleport everybody here. There y'all go. I'll let you look around a little bit. And then let's see if I can drag in somebody from that team. Let's see. So Shawnard's name was on the top. So let's see if I can move to... Oh, here we go. Move to judges only. Yeah, there it is. Howdy, Shawnard. Can you hear us?
Shawnard here.
Shawnard, welcome. Do you want to give us a brief pitch on what y'all have constructed here?
Well, yeah, we were more or less going for a Northland wintry sort of almost ski resort without the hill kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do see some low hills in the background. Now, it looks like y'all have plenty of road here for all of the parade floats to be built upon. Ooh, and you've got a gorgeous little city hall at the end. I'm going to go ahead and let Music Man play another tune while we fly around. Hey, Malcolm, could you do me a favor and taper off after 2 or 3 minutes? Because I hate cutting you off.
I got you. No, that's okay.
I know I'm the master.
I kind of just started. Yeah, I'm just like playing. As soon as you start talking, I'll dial it back. I'll just kind of like fade it out. That's
okay.
Perfect.
Well, yeah. Then I'll start talking in 2 or 3 minutes. Then.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. Cool.
I got you covered.
We did not rehearse this, y'all. So anyway, thank you, Shawnard, for popping in and joining us. I'm going to fly around and showcase you and your team's work. Thank you again to Music Man 1017 providing us that live sound for Flying Around. I gotta say, one thing that the Twitch chat is noticing is the beacon street lamps. They are being described as pretty baller, not gonna lie, by Princess Spaceship. And, I want to point out, this is a survival multiplayer server. So all of these builds were made with resources people collected. But speaking of resources from people, I want to go ahead and thank our first tip of the stream, Aline Tips 20, who says, excited for dramatic voice judgment. You know what? I haven't been using my dramatic voice yet because I'm not here to judge. I'm here to master ceremonies. But, I guess I could do something more along the lines of, from the ice of the hockey arena to the town hall at the end of the strip, these folks have built something. But are the tables about to flip? I didn't have anything ready for that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get some reactions real quick. Lapis Lori, any thoughts?
I'm super impressed about how complete this looks from the street view.
Mm-hmm.
They had 3 people to build this. This is like nonstop building for the entire time, having built a lot of things. And I'm just super excited about it. I love the street, like the stop signs. They've used a banner for that. I didn't even know you could make those that look like stop signs. That's super cool. And then what I love about it also is the ability to go clear down to the end of the road and turn around and come back like a parade route normally would be.
Mm-hmm.
So you would come back so it could be never ending fun loop. I enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm looking at these. Are these banners? I guess they must be.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought those were maps in the distance, but I'm examining one up close, and you're right.
That's genius.
That is impressive. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Wes, any thoughts?
Yeah, there is a lot going on here. There is a lot of attention to detail on some things that I wouldn't have even thought to be working on. I love the shops. I love the fact that there's like a clothing shop with a bunch of armor stands. I love the tent city. The offices at the end at the town hall have computers and desks in them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Zamboni.
Yeah, and if you if you look, there's a little area for the people who are skating to go and get snacks, and there's a popcorn machine down there. Yeah, no, and if you're really interested, if you go near the end, they actually have maps of the various stages of the build, where you can look and see where they were at various points. And it's kind of fascinating looking at how they did. The difference between 8.8 and now is pretty impressive.
Okay, yeah, I've teleported to where you are, Wes. Yeah, so we've got first planning meeting where they're just marking out the strip. Wow, yeah, this is quite
This is impressive.
quite a bit of progress. Yeah,
Neat.
and this and like for folks who joined us for that first build, that one, because it was still in progress, didn't maybe illustrate how far people could go with this. And so this is a wonderful example of what 3 people working on this since, let's see, they started August 8th. So that, wow, this wasn't even the full 2 months.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Because folks had since
Cathedral with
June
candles is
19th or
especially
so.
Nice.
Yeah. This
Nice
is
work.
really impressive. Yeah. Okay, Music Man, any thoughts before we roll on to the next place?
Yeah, I've had a second to kind of fly around and take a look at everything that's going on here. There is so much attention to detail. It's not even funny. I'm looking at this, the hockey rink alone, with the way that you did the goals here, the way that you have the little the machine going around. I love the difference in the ice right there because it's being cleaned. That's amazing. The concessions is
wow.
amazing. It's so cool. That little I can't think of the name of the machine right now. I'm blanking on, but that is the coolest thing. So clever, so beautifully put together. I love all of the palettes of all the different buildings. This looks like somewhere you could just actually just wake up and walk around in real life. I love it. Absolutely love the shops. Love the designs. Well done.
Indeed. Well done, Team Northlands. I'm going to go ahead and switch my game mode back into creative so that I can cycle through those books again. We're going to move the Northlands book up here so we don't select it twice. And here we go, eyes closed. We got Team Sunflower next. And that one is at negative 2170, 7590. And it says Builder Stellar Spider. So this might be another solo one. We're going to slash TP myself there. And hey, for the first time, I've teleported myself successfully on the first try. So, if anybody wants to tip via paypal.me/Joe Hills to encourage me, create a positive feedback loop about, hey, Joe, I think it was Eileen's tip earlier that really inspired me to get that teleport right, which is also why the camera is slightly larger. If you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, camera gets bigger every time we hit a tipping milestone. But anyway, let's see if Stellar Spider is online and wants to... Yeah, let me go ahead and move Stellar Spider. Stellar Spider, you are now in the judges only room. Welcome. Would you like to share a little bit about what you have been doing? If you aren't available on mic, you are welcome to share it via text in Minecraft. You're going to be on push to talk, just so you know.
Then I have to stand still, that's okay. Okay, this is my base, which is supposed to be a college town, but it's hiding a secret superhero academy.
Ooh, is that this up here with the big pool there?
That's my main house, but the whole base isn't built yet. I'm planning this is about 1/10 of what I'm planning to build.
Great. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and have Music Man play us a little bit of music. Thank you for giving us that quick intro, and we will review. So thank you, Stellar Spider.
Thank you.
Thank you so much again to Music Man 1017 for providing us a little bit of live electric guitar there. Welcome, one and all. If you're just joining us, we are doing a Minecraft build contest. Folks could either individually or in teams compete. They had up to 2 months, if they started at the very beginning of the server, to build a parade route. And this one looks like a little bit of a work in progress, but our judges can chime in with a few thoughts on what they've seen so far. Lapis Lori, what would you like to share with us?
I like that the road is like super easy to get to, and I think everyone will be able to see everything really nicely. I see that there's some, looks like planned out areas for some buildings. That'll be super cool to have those as for atmosphere along the parade route. I think if those come to fruition, I do like the way that it's super easy to get around on the road. It's pretty clear cut.
Mm-hmm. Wes, you got anything for us?
Well, the first thing that's impressive to me, this is a single person build, and and of course, all you got to do in spectator mode is sink beneath the ground a little bit, and you can see all the work that went into this in the form of branch mining of an incredible amount. There's a lot going on here. I love the moon-shaped office up top with the lake attached to it. I love the colored cars. I'm assuming these are her friends' names.
Yeah, I recognize several server mates.
Yeah, and I love it. I think this is a great beginning build, and I love the church. There's some good stuff with the church, yeah, it's great.
I like that there's a green screen car, although I seem to have parked in a handicap space, which I would not do. I try to be very aware that those are for people who need them, and, try not to do that. But other than that, it's flawless. Obviously, exactly the car that I would want. Lime green. It's chroma keyable, or a chroma car, as Vincho Ken points out. Music Man, you've had a second to take a look at this now. Anything you'd like to share?
I was going to agree with Wes with the, going under, when you go under this and you look at just the branch mining alone and the work that went into it's insane. It's actually insane. And I'm still flying around looking at how far down that goes. The different cars are awesome. The office is amazing. I was actually, the most time that I spent was in the church. Mm-hmm. The church looks really, really, really cool. The candles, this is called Transformation Church. It's very, very, very cool. Flying around in here, I love the design. I love the pews. I love the use of the brick and the diorite and the stairs and the ceiling. It looks really, really cool. I love the palette. I love the palette alone on it. Mm-hmm. Very, very, very cool. Nice work.
Yeah, the crimson, warped crimson pews really feel cool.
Yes.
Very, very good choice there. Same thing for the lectern.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you to Stellar Spider for sharing this with us. I'm going to go ahead and switch back into creative mode so I can cycle through these books and make sure that we get to the next one. That was the sunflower area. Judges, are you writing down the names of the areas as we go?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Because just to repeat, so far, the first one we visited was Untitled. The second was Northland. The third was Sunflower. So, also, I need to recognize Easy Peasy just tipped $5, saying thanks for putting all this together. Thank you, Easy Peasy, for supporting the show, and thanks to everybody who's competing. I'm so excited to see what the rest of our contestants have in mind or have to share. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate through here, eyes closed, see which book comes up next. It is Team Reverie by Cuts and Piper. So we are going to TP to 550, 51, 88, 888. Boom, look at that. Easy peasy. That tip clearly inspired me. You can't spell teleport without tip. Can you? You can. But I don't care. Okay, so here we are. I think this is this the right place? I seem to be deep underground, which is moderately disconcerting. Maybe this is where people are supposed to come in. Oh, wow, there's a welcome sign. Yes, this is where people are supposed to come in. So I'm going to teleport at all to the welcome sign. And let's see if Cuts and Piper is available to hop on a call with us. I'm going to move Cuts and Piper into our judges only room. Cuts and Piper, can you hear me? You might need to push to talk to respond.
Yes, I think I can. I hope you hear me as well. Fingers crossed.
Welcome. So I see we are underground here. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you were thinking?
Yeah, so I decided to see how far I could push the rules of the building competition, just having a road length and width,
Mm-hmm.
and decided to try to go off of more of a Bioshock theme build. Unfortunately, I didn't get as far as I would have liked to with school and work, but I'm pretty happy with this main line here that I've got together. I enjoy the sadistic elements of Minecraft, so most of this was done without water breathing and sponges for about 50% before I gave up on that.
Wow. Is there anything that you want the judges to take a special look at when they're flying around?
There is a library, is the first building on the right here, and that's really the only completed room that I have here, kind of following the theme I'm going for. I got to work on a hotel, but then I realized I should probably do schoolwork.
That makes sense. You got to do that first. I always tell my fans, don't tell me that you're ruining your life to enjoy my work because I'll feel guilty. So
It was a coin flip. I couldn't decide for sure, but...
yeah. So thank you, Cuts and Piper, for joining us. I'm going to move you back out of this room so our judges can check things out, but I appreciate you swinging by. Alrighty, Music Man, why don't you take us away for a couple minutes while we all fly around here?
Got you.
thank you again to Music Man 1017 for providing us with some live guitar as we fly around and review. Once again, if you are just joining us, this here is, dang it, let me switch back to creative mode so I can look at the book. Game mode, creative, I guess I have to say Joe Hill says, boom. This was Team Reverie by Cuts and Pipers build here. And one-person build, a lot of work went into it. Lori, any thoughts?
I think it's super impressive that you did all this in survival underwater in that amount of time. So that's the first impressive part. I do think that it's functional. It would certainly be able to have a parade route along here, and people can stand on the sides and stuff. Some of the interesting little bits around. There's actually a whole lot above water, but you didn't say to look at that. So I enjoy it. I think it's kind of unusual that it's underwater.
Wes, anything?
Well, I just want to point out that, there's no water in the nether, okay? And there are some pigmen floating in rowboats in the water up there, and that just seems cruel to me. They don't know what they're doing. They can't get out of those boats. It's just sad. And also, this place has the biggest mine I've ever seen in my life underneath it. Like, it's truly, like, I've never seen anything like it. It's huge. But I really love the light that comes in via the water. I love that everything's dripping. Like, there is a very atmospheric feel here that makes me happy. And it's impressive. This is good stuff.
Music Man, any thoughts?
Lapis had mentioned that there was some stuff above water, and I had to fly over here to see it, and that's where I see the pigmen and the rest of the stuff that's going on over here. This is really, really, really cool. This is a very cool design.
Oh yeah, this is cool. Now,
I didn't catch this at first.
For evaluation purposes, though, this will not be part of the backdrop for the parades, and so I'm happy to showcase people's hard work during this stream, but I want to make sure that you don't judge people for things that are out of scope.
Right.
So
this parade part it's amazing, and like Lapis said too, the fact that it was built in survival is actually mind blowing. That's insane.
Yeah. Stellar says,
cool.
"Are we being
stuff is hard?"
Yeah. Stellar says, "Wait, are we being graded on our minds too?" We are not. That Wes is just amused by them
silently judging your mining. Silently.
Yeah.
How tidy are your rows?
Those
holes?
Yeah. Those are not part of the scoring and ranking.
Sassy.
And when I say mine, what I'm referring to is the natural mine down there. There's like,
I was gonna say, I didn't see a
mine shaft.
Yeah, like that's what we're seeing down there is pre-generated stuff from the engine.
Like a cave system is what you're talking about more than okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I didn't see like a giant branch mine or anything down here.
Things that they haven't seen yet. They're like, "What's down there? What?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the people on the server have to watch the stream, I guess. And okay, interesting. So the mines are accessible through this sunken ship, which connects to a tunnel here. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here. Thank you, Cuts and Piper, for sharing this with us. And I think it's time for me to switch back to creative mode and cycle through the next books. Like I said, I think that I might be missing one of the books. So if you're on a team that is not Toxic, Babalar, or Uncanny and has not been selected yet, let me know. I'm going to need a new book from your team. Because, I've got 7, and I really thought there were going to be 8. So here's what I'm going to do, is if I get a blank one when I'm cycling thing here, I'm going to go to the nearest book. So eyes closed, rotate, boom. What do we got? Glass pane that is next to Team Uncanny. So we are going to /TP to... Joe Hills says 115664498. And the builders from Team Uncanny are Annie, CW Bond, Minds Eyes, and President Kang. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get over there. Hey, that was a successful teleport. Thanks to our supporters, of course. So I'm going to teleport at all to me. I probably shouldn't have flown up in the air before doing this, but, y'all have feather falling. So there you go. Let's see if we can get Annie here from Team Uncanny. It looks like Mind's Eyes is the only member who's currently online from this team. So, Mind's Eyes, if you can hear us, you can push to talk and then give us a quick explanation of what you are working on here. Mind's Eyes, if you are not comfortable sharing on mic, you are welcome. Nope, you left the game in the game too. Well, then I'm just gonna say, let's go ahead. I remember seeing Annie talking about using Celtic knots as the inspiration for the kind of plots along the parade route here. So that's pretty interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and let Music Man take us away with a little bit of sound, and then we will fly around and review. So thank you, Music Man.
Got you covered.
Wow, this sure is something. I'm really enjoying my time flying around here. I feel like there's just not enough time in the stream to visit every site with the level of detail that has been put into this build. Also, Mindsign shared via text that this is inspired by traditional British seaside towns. And I haven't had the good fortune to visit any of those myself, but I've heard good things about that Whitby they've got up there. So, maybe I'll get out there eventually. So,
oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah, this is just great. Lori, is there anything that you would like to really highlight here?
As a lover of patterns in my builds, I can fully appreciate the detail that has gone into making the pattern in the road, and then it fits the road perfectly.
Mhm.
And it ties in perfectly on the corners. Everything's really well done. And one thing I do want to notice is that the houses alongside the parade route are functional. Every one of them are finished, and they have function. There's like villagers in them. They're dedicated
at
for things. It's not just empty, false, like a storefront, so to speak. So
Mhm.
I'm really appreciating that as far as the completeness of this particular build.
Wonderful. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to teleport to Wes so I can see what he's seeing. Wes, what are you thinking? What are you noticing?
Well, like I said, Lapis touched on this. This build doesn't feel like the parade route is necessarily the primary thing. This feels like a buildy build. There's this great lighthouse that's out in the water. The purple motif in the road is taken to this. I'm assuming this is an observatory of some kind here, the big purple ball.
Yeah, like a
And then-
planetarium or something.
Yeah. And then the lighthouse, the centerpiece of it has a bunch of purple stuff going on in there. This place feels like something that is going to be worked on even after the parade idea is over and done with. This feels like a seaside town. And yeah, the pattern on the road is amazing. I love the little aquatic park over there with the 200 sign on it. And there's some other little details that like there's a bakery over near the beginning of the road.
I think the 200 sign might read zoo.
Oh, you might be right.
Like, just eyeballing this, Wes.
Yeah.
I think
I think you're right.
Like, it's just not quite.
Oh, I just got that.
The animal park with the 200 sign.
Well, it looked like 200 to me. I didn't know what it was.
I'm just going to make fun of you for that for a decade, but it's okay. Let's move on.
You're allowed.
I have a
You're
whole
allowed.
decade to
200.
enjoy this. We don't need to derail the stream over it.
But I have to say, if it's a zoo, the pillagers with the crossbows guarding the horse that nobody can see, that just feels a little weird to me.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Music Man 1017, what are your
Yes.
thoughts?
I am absolutely loving. I think the road is the stand. The road and the lighthouse. Everything else, everything is beautiful. Everything here, there's so much good detail. I love the use of the newer blocks, the tough, all that stuff. The road is just so impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the symmetry of the road that is just so. Between that and the palette used, it's beautiful. I love the use of the quartz. I love the designs of the road. But going out to the lighthouse, because I grew up in the southeast in the United States, so I'm like lighthouses are definitely my thing, and I'm so blown away by the house. It's perfect. Yeah, this is really, really, really beautifully done.
Indeed. All right, so this has been the Team Uncanny. So thank you, Team Uncanny, for that. We've got 2 teams left. I'm going to put these equidistant in the randomizer here. Babalar and the Toxic Strip. I got to tell you, these are 2 of the ones that I'm expecting some pretty stupendous things from. So we're not going to end on a low note no matter which way this goes. Let's see which way it's going. It looks like it is going to Babalar next with, let's see, 1545. I'm going to get the coordinates right here, as I type them wrong immediately. 83, 1490. And this is done by Melora, Mardigan, Artemis Clark, NJ Coffee Junkie, Shala, Melons Away, and Gritmonger. So this is a 7-person collaboration. I think we can expect some pretty bold things. Okay, I've teleported into the ocean, but that does seem intentional here. So /TP at all to Joe Hill Says. And I'm going to see The first name on that list, I believe, was Melora's. So if Melora, I'm basically just going to go down the list to see who I should invite. Yeah, there's Melora. Here we go. Move to judges only. Melora, you should be able to hear us, though you will have to push to talk to respond. Can you give us a quick explanation of what we are looking at here?
All right, so we started off at the end of Babelar. Babelar is based off of Brandon Sanderson's novel Firefight, where kind of evil superhero people have kind of taken over the world, and the one that lives in New York City decided to flood the entire place by making like a hill of water that encapsulates the city. So we've decided to recreate that and having a New York inspired road with water coming up at least 4 stories. And another part of the book is that the people live in tents, brightly colored tents on top of the cities and inside top of the buildings. And inside the buildings, magical glowing fruit and trees and plants have taken over all the office space.
Gotcha. So just from a practical standpoint, how are you imagining the competitors in the build contest would build parade floats on these roads?
Well, they don't call them floats for nothing.
So
I would imagine they would be in boats, boating along here, maybe with just wood. Yeah.
So more of a barge parade.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Melora. We're going to go ahead and let Music Man play for a couple minutes while we fly around and explore.
Got you.
Well, I gotta say, this is incredibly impressive from Team Babalar. Thanks again to Music Man 1017 for playing a little jam and giving us a chance to take it all in. Also, I've given everybody attending the contest a little elytra here. It says build contest attendee as a way of celebrating you coming out. And whether you built or not, just coming out and enjoying each other's work. I think that's one of the great things about playing on a collaborative server is getting to see what cool things other people are working on. I want to encourage that and celebrate it. And if any of your friends feel bad that they didn't get that elytra, you can give them your old elytra. And, I don't know, name it in an anvil. Something like you're a great friend or something equally affirming, because I'm not going to get to everybody. So that's why you got to go out there and be the difference you want to see in the world. Anyway, Lapis Lori, what do you think about what we have seen so far of Babalar?
This is, they've undertaken a very challenging build, first off. Just the elevation of the buildings themselves, because they've truly gone to the inner city kind of look. I think one thing that concerns me, though, is the water, as you had mentioned before. I think it's going to be very difficult for those who may not want to do some sort of floating water build to make a float or a parade, so to speak. But I appreciate the effort that's gone into it because they are sticking to their theme, which is the Brandon Sanderson book, the Fireflight book, the inspiration for that. I think that's super interesting that they've really kind of nailed that idea. I think it would be, since they are now, like, if they were truly living in this city, then I think that everyone who, if they were to have a parade in this city today, they would probably build roads on top of the buildings to go from building to building. If it were me, if I were still living in the city today.
I mean, it seems like a lot of work to build roads for a parade when in theory they already have. Like, I haven't read the books, but I'm guessing they probably use boats. Like in Venice, when Venice has parades, I don't know. I'm assuming they do boats and don't build temporary roads. I'm not trying to shoot you down, but like I legitimately have no idea. I did not know that these contestants were going to be flooding the city, so my head is also spinning on it a little bit too.
It's really interesting, though. I love all the build detail is there. The roads are super awesome. It just seems that it's underwater. So trying to wrap my brain around that is interesting to try to figure out how they're going to actually have a parade here. So I think if people would build a, like, rather than just a one-person boat, but like an actual giant boat they can build a float on, that could be kind of interesting. So as far as functionality. Yeah,
I was thinking like in New Orleans, like parade floats are traditionally the size of like flatbed trucks because they build them on flatbed trucks, or they're on like little flatbeds that you would tow. And so I was kind of imagining for the build contest that there would be like, you have the dimensions of a flatbed truck to work from for those floats. And in theory, you could have a flatbed barge the same size.
Sure, like the trash barges that you see out there hauling things around, they'd be about the same.
Yeah, people love having their art compared to trash barges. This is a great direction to take things.
Mean, but
I'm messing with you, Laura. You're great.
Speaking of, they're like flat. That's what they do. So
Wes, any thoughts?
Well, so I the first thing I thought of was floats. Like I instantly was like, yes, that's parade floats. I really enjoyed exploring some of the buildings. Some of the buildings feel like they've been underwater for quite a while. Like when you go along the road at the bottom, it feels like you're deep underwater. And in some of the buildings, the plants are growing in there just like they would if it was submerged and some of the buildings have air pockets as you go down, and you can be in air under the water. And there's some details, like there's one room that has a couple of guys just sort of hanging out in it, farming food. The outsides of the buildings look like there's, vines and stuff growing all over them. And some of the buildings are cleverly labeled with the particular food that is growing within that place. And there's also a restaurant called Ziage that I think is great. Is anybody going to get that joke?
No, I don't.
It was Joe's, but I looked at it from the other side.
Oh.
Anyway, I really like it. I think this is very cool. There's a lot going on here. The theme is great, and it was a big project, and they've gotten a lot done on it.
Yeah, I saw Easy Peasy says that they also contributed to this build, but they might have been listed on page 2. The thing is, I'm not flipping to page 2 on any of the books because that contains the ranked order of what parades they want to host, and I don't want our judges to be affected by knowing that. So, let's see, Music Man, you've had a little bit of time to look around while Wes and Lori were talking. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm honestly blown away at the underwater detail. I've been going around looking at, and like Wes said, you can see the little detail in like the fact that these buildings, have been submerged for a while by like the little sea pickles and the seaweed that's growing there. There's some vine action going on. That is all very, very, very cool. The detail in all of the buildings is just, it's wild. It's insane. I love how it still looks like some of the stuff is like under construction almost. Like it almost didn't get a chance to get completed in the world. Mm-hmm. And that looks really, really, really cool as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now.
That's sick. It's just this is a wild build. This is beautiful. Very well done. Nice collaborative effort.
Yeah, it's an incredible collaborative effort. Like I said, there were at least Melora, Mardigan, Artemis Clark, NJ Coffee Junkie, Shala, Melons Away, and Gritmonger. So that's 7 people there, plus Easy Peasy said they should have been listed. So that's 8. Yeah, so this is what, and they've been working on this one basically since the server launched. This is what you get with, 2 months of 8 people working together. It's really impressive.
Insane.
Yeah. A lot of blocks being placed here.
Yep. So we're going to move on to our final build before our judges sequester themselves to compare their rankings and deliver a final ranking. We're going to go ahead to the Toxic Strip, which is located at -180, 74, 111, 112. Yeah, it'll be fine. Doesn't matter how many ones you put in a command. Okay, it does matter, but I got it right. So let's see. I'm not sure. Am I in the right place? -180, 74, 1112. This looks partially unfinished. So I'm going to /teleport everyone here. And if it should be -1800. Okay, well that explains why it looks partially unfinished, because it's completely the wrong thing. In this case, though, Toxic gave me the wrong coordinates. So, okay, well now I'm in the middle of some trees. Okay, this is looking more legit. So, we are going to teleport everybody to me. Did somebody die of fall damage? No. Good. Yay. So, here we are. I'm going to go ahead and drag Toxic Glitter into the judges' room to share with us a little bit of background on what we should be looking at.
Sorry, further typo, -1080.
-1080, okay.
Yeah.
So we're completely in the wrong place.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the road leads, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to teleport everybody to me again. Woo!
Okay, there we go. I'm going to...
This is much more impressive. Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Whoa. Welcome to the Toxic Strip, our Vegas-themed road. What is a road that doesn't lead anywhere other than a waste of space? To that end, the Toxic Strip's primary attraction here is the Toxic Casino, a fun, exciting area where people can bet their diamonds in order to win fabulous prizes, including, but not limited to, backup boxes, tridents, as well as enchanted golden apples and pig step CDs.
Fancy.
These are some of the most valuable items on the server, and fun fact, I own all of them.
Because nobody's gambling here.
And also, I'm the only one who has ever found any. So these are all based on custom redstone contraptions that I designed myself. And for those who have a moral opposition to gambling, we have our toxic non-specific prayer site where people can pray to their god of choice. And occasionally gods give them tokens redeemable at the Toxic Casino.
Which is totally different from gambling.
Yes, wildly different. Have you heard of the prosperity gospel?
Have you heard me trash the prosperity gospel? Just out of curiosity, Toxic, I noticed that the road at least one end is not finished. It looks like, though, you do have a significant amount of road here. The part of the road that you have finished, that does meet the requirements.
About 3 times over.
Okay, I was going to say, it looked like it was long
about
enough.
1,000 blocks built, but the final goal of this road is to connect Lag, our primary community resource, to the spawn island so people can horse between them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but right now we just have the not the minimum road length, about triple the minimum road length. But yes, feel free to all the people currently playing on the server, feel free to insert your diamonds and enjoy some fabulous prizes.
Okay, well, I'm going to cut you off before you sell your casino any further. Thank you, Toxic Glitter. Let's see. Music Man, can you play us a little tune? And then we'll let Lori and Wes fly around and we'll get some thoughts.
I got you. Let's go.
Woo! Thank you, Music Man 1017, for that interlude. It is time for us to talk about the Toxic Strip, our final entry in the Parade Route Build Contest. Lapis Lori, please take us away.
Well, I have to say it fulfills the parade route idea very well because it's like a long extended roadway. What I find interesting is that there's a anti-gambling establishment here on the side where it says show your support against gambling in this little wooden place, don't have a gambling problem. I'm like, what this whole thing is geared upon a game of chance, which would be a gambling thing. And the flagrant use of wealthy items like the emerald stack and the gold stack, and then his beacon underneath is entirely made of diamonds. Is just flexing his wealth, right? Very, very interesting. The whole idea of the toxic strip, I think, is pretty charming. And then the Statue of Liberty. I mean, he's taken the whole build idea of everything in Vegas along the strip, so to speak, to the nth degree. So I think his theme is very much on point. Got some dangerous people inside the Lady Liberty. That Liberty, though, I'm hearing some growlies. Those are kind of my initial reactions so far.
Oh, wow. And this is actually copper. I was assuming in the distance this was terracotta.
No, that's copper.
This is copper.
Yeah.
That's going to age. Once again, this is
another flagrant use of wealth.
Survival SMP server. Yeah, that is a lot of copper.
That's a very cool Lady Liberty.
But yeah, I will say that owning the anti-gambling nonprofit, as well as the rest of the strip, does really demonstrate how Vegas does a good job of ensuring that the owners really control their vertical. So that's something. Wes, any observations you want to share?
So this does feel a lot like Las Vegas because like the big building over there looks a lot like Caesar's Palace, and Caesar's Palace is next to New York, New York. So you got the New York things there, and then New York, and then you've got the Eiffel Tower over here. Like this is all good stuff. And yeah, there are absolutely churches and things talking out about the sins of gambling there, near the strip. This feels like I love the neon light blocks that go around the door. They're not working right now, but there was some lighting effects that were going on a little while ago where Redstone was making the lighting go on and off and follow a pattern. And I love the idea of all the gambling machines. This makes me very happy. I love Vegas, so.
Yeah,
I like it.
My only memories of Vegas were at Minecon Vegas in 2011, and I didn't gamble while I was there because paying for the trip to Vegas to network and hang out with other Minecraft YouTubers was my gamble. I was just like, this is all of my money to go hang out with Minecraft YouTubers. I'm all in. But then somebody's like, you want to play slots? And I'm like, I can't afford to play slots. Like,
nickels.
Like, man, I spent all my money to get here.
They're like, slots are like $1, dude. And I'm like, yeah, and flying here was like hundreds of dollars, and I'm out. I will say, though, some of those connections I made, like meeting BOO and Good and whatnot, like, it's definitely, it was a worthwhile trip for me. But yeah, so my only memories of Vegas are very fond, but I don't know if I would enjoy going there the same way if I wasn't like hanging out with Seth Bling and Good,
Yeah.
So it's hard to say. Music Man, you've had a couple minutes to take a look while we talked. What do you think so far?
Yeah, I've been cruising around looking at. I absolutely love. I love the road, and I love where the parade would be held. I love the all of the monuments. I think they're incredible. I love Lady Liberty the most, and I would love to see that fully oxidized. I think that would just be insane.
Oh yeah.
I can already imagine how that would look. This is all really, really incredible. The time alone is mind blowing. I love the casino thing too. It's very cool.
Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you to Toxic, and let's see. I got to put in order to see the book with the name of all the people. I got to switch myself back to creative here. But yeah, this was the Toxic strip built by Toxic Glitter, Shawnard 1, Desire Fire 14, and Bear 33. So this was a 4-person project. So there we go. Here's what we are going to do. Judges, before you sequester, I'm going to leave this room until you tell me to come back.
You can put it in your Twitch chat, probably.
Yeah. Tell me in the Twitch chat when to come back. Do you have any questions about judging or about the contest? I think one piece of guidance that I do want to make clear is the underwater element, or I think that the way Babalar set up their waterways are sufficiently functional as roads that should not be counted against them
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, do y'all have any other kind of technical questions before we break?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to leave this voice chat and yeah, signal me on Twitch chat when you're ready for me to come back. Boom. I am out of there, folks. We're going to go ahead and teleport back and review some of these different places that we visited. They're not necessarily going to be in order. We're going to go back first to the Untitled Road, which was negative 477, 67, negative 1498. Bum, 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 bum. You know, I could probably just hold this down for a while until I get to the thing. Is this it? That was not it. You know what? I should probably just do... Wait, that should be it. Negative 477. Yay. You know what I'm realizing I should have done is I should have had somebody like Yurgi be in charge of all teleporting for this. I should have said, so that way, like, they would have it queued up. Here we go. This is Kindle's build once again, which has the automated redstone road here, and it's named Untitled. And kind of the movie setup where things are all facades. Yeah. Then we are going to go next to the Northland build, which is 1490, 68, negative 21, 67. Boom. The Northland build, once again, kind of like a ski resort town. Nice little chill mountain town. Some seasonal visitors, some folks who live there year-round. Kind of a big medical center. But I guess when you do have wealthy skiers coming in and, you know, potentially, you know, falling on their way down the slopes, it's important to have a local medical center that can deal with those sorts of emergencies. Very interesting. Well, dang it, I'm in creative mode, not spectator. So I can't just fly around here. But yeah, this was our second one. I'm going to go chronologically so folks just joining the stream can get a sense of some of the places that we visited earlier. Another quick reminder, tips are always welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills. All of our judges and our musical judge especially are being compensated for these appearances. So tips are appreciated. This is an event, though, for the Patreon server, and everybody who's playing on the Patreon server is paying for that, so I'm not too worried if we don't, quote-unquote, break even on the stream, because the folks here who have been doing these builds have been supporting the show for a long time. Many of them, this is not their first season on the server. We reset our server every year when Hermitcraft resets. So this reset on June 19th, the day Hermitcraft Season 8 started. This actually has the Hermitcraft Season 8 seed, which is kind of fun. And yeah, so let's go ahead and check out our next place. I think we visited Sunflower next. Not sure if that's true or not, but negative 2170, 70, 570, or 590. Boom. If I don't get these in exactly the right order, that's okay. Which was future home of a school for mutants, I believe, if I'm recalling it correctly. We got a lot of people on this server right now, so me loading chunks is probably not what anybody wants, but that's just the way it's going to be. Some of these builds still have a lot more work in progress elements than others, although this part of the build is looking great. Thank you again to Stellar Spider for showing this off for us. And got a nice little church here. Let's go. Next up, I think we had Team Reverie at 550, 51, 888 by Cuts and Paper 1. Dang it. I'm bad at teleporting. Yeah, this one was the completely underwater one. Ooh, underwater. Kind of a Fallout vibe to it. The idea would be that there'd be pods and stuff around here. Very cool. Plenty of space. Kind of a big, long underwater central hallway here. Under the sea. Under the sea. I should do like my own thing, like under the ocean. Under the ocean. There's so much commotion because we're... I don't know. This is a job for RhymeZone. RhymeZone.com, ocean. Notion, motion, plosion, potion, demotion, explosion, promotion, emotion, locomotion. Everybody's building a parade route now. Come on, reverie, underneath the ocean. La da 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 da. Yeah, so this is the problem with having the musical guest also be one of the judges. What I should have probably done, for future reference, is had Music Man provide me with an MP3 of one of his songs to play at this point. But you know what? That's fine. We're learning a lot. This is our first triple judge 2-month-long build contest. All of our build contests we've ever done have had like a 45-minute to a 1-hour build time, whereas this had a 2-month build time. Look at how much more people can accomplish in 2 months. It is really spectacular. This is Team Uncanny's incredible seaside village, British inspired, with the 200 animal park, as Wes Wilson put it. Wait. Hold on. I'm in creative mode. Boop. There we go. We did it. Shh. Don't tell Wes. I changed it. Okay. So let's see what else. I did want to showcase these calcite cliffs. I don't know that got a lot of attention earlier. But yeah, these White Cliffs of Dover feel here is really cool. Nice little pier. Bum 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 bum. I'm gonna have locomotion stuck in my head indefinitely now as well. That is a problem I'm gonna have. That's a personal problem. I need to stop pushing that onto y'all out there in viewer land. Okay. Yeah, now that I'm not teleporting the whole server with me, when the only chunks that the server had to load were the ones that everyone was in. That was the thing. This is a survival multiplayer server. Folks had 2 months to work as teams to build these parade routes. So, yeah. This is really just genuinely impressive. I am loving the teamwork and the coordination that went into some of this. It's just gorgeous. And it's so fun to see people working hard as a team to build cool things. Okay. So let's see. Next up, we are going to visit... Let's see. We visited Northland. We visited Untitled Road. Toxic Strip was the last one we did. Sunflower we did. Team Reverie. Team Uncanny. Okay, so we're going to go back to Babalar. So that's 15:45. There was so much detail. I think Babalar had the biggest team of any. So Babalar had a lot of work put into it. I might drink a potion of night vision, because I'm not sure that conduits work properly on people in creative mode. Maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe conduit power and night vision are identical. Oh, I'm going really slow now. Okay. We got some nice little balconies here. We've got some construction scaffolding. The idea is that some of these buildings were only partially built when the flood hit. So it's not like the build here is unfinished. The scaffolds are part of the build. Like the Minecraft build is an IRL unfinished building, and that's like the steel work, and that's really cool. So let's see. This team, Team Babalar. Whoops, that's Team Reverie. Boop, doop. Melora, Mardigan, Artemis Clark, NJ Coffee Junkie, Shala, Melons Away, and Gritmonger worked very hard on this. Hey, it looks like we just had a tip roll in. Thank you very much to Logan, who tips 5, who says, shout out to Music Man for the chill tunes. Indeed, that is going to put us 10 away from the next Face Camera expansion. Tips are always welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills. And if you want to check out more of Music Man's music, you can find him. Oh, Lapis Lori says we have made a decision. I'm going to rejoin the judges' room. Judges, I have returned.
Hello, Joe, welcome back.
Welcome back. Now, I'm going to tell the viewers, because the prizes are you get to choose something first if you're in first place, we can't do the dramatic thing here where we start with last place and work our way up to first. We're going to visit first place first. So... Okay. That might be kind of counterintuitive, but just that's how the prizes are going to work. So, who are we visiting first, judges?
Who wants to make announcements?
Have you announced a foreman?
We've got it. We've got it. Let's go.
Let's do it.
We're going to go with Uncanny's 200.
Yes. Uncanny. Alrighty. So, let's see. I think I have their coordinates in here. And I'm going to teleport everybody to me. Boom. So, Team Uncanny, congratulations. Woo! Your seaside village has taken first place, so you get first choice, and Uncanny has, as their first choice, selected Halloween. Woo! So, nice. I'm going to write that down. So, Uncanny, Halloween. Okay. Congratulations, Team Uncanny.
Yes.
In the interest of time, we are not going to fly through everybody's build because I just did that while the judges were talking. So, yes. Judges, who is team number 2?
I'm going to go with Northland on number 2.
Thank you. I've got their coordinates here. 1490, 68, negative 2167. So congratulations to Team Northlands. That was the ski village we just saw, viewers. It is looking fabulous. I'm going to look at their book and see what they selected. Their first choice was Christmas, and because it wasn't the same as Uncanny's, they get their first choice too. That is a very pleasant way that things have worked out. So our first two teams both got their first choice. Amusingly, they had also on here Groundhog Day. A Groundhog Day parade would be really interesting, and they had Chichibu Matsuri, a Japanese festival that has parades. That's really cool. So, yeah, let's see who was team number 3, y'all.
Music Man, take it away. Do you remember?
Oh, please tell me you wrote this down.
Oh no, we've got it all written down.
Yeah. But
it's Babalar.
Yes, Babalar.
Oh,
we agreed on this. Babalar.
Underwater city.
Yeah, because we love this. You know, we love the cities. We love the cities. We love the flooding. We love the way that everybody came together to build. Kind of like the same vibe, but how we talked about how in the city, a lot of buildings, even in New York, are kind of like they're all just really very different.
Mm-hmm.
And we love that about Babalar. I thought that was really, really cool. It was very unique. It was very well done. As far as the team effort, sometimes team builds can get skewed with everybody kind of wanting to do their own thing, but they worked really well together and put this together in a very, very cohesive, beautiful way. I was very impressed.
Wonderful. And it looks like their first choice was Earth Day, so they got their first choice as well.
That's so perfect.
This is a storybook ending for our first 3 teams. Go ahead and tell me who is number 4.
We had listed Reverie, the underwater tunnel.
Reverie. Okay. You know, I think at this point, in the interest of time, I'm not going to showcase all of them. We'll just hang out in Babalar while I read what their selection was.
Nice.
Reverie said, any really late in the year as university and work take all my time to build. That is not, I'm going to put TBD here, but the problem is you are ceding your ability to like pick it. If you were like, oh, I wanted to do New Year's, you should have written New Year's. Sorry, Reverie, but yeah, you are going to get basically last choice at this point, even though you did get 4th place. Congratulations on that. Who do we have for 5th?
We have the Toxic Strip.
Yes.
Toxic Strip.
Yes.
Woo. Okay. Let's see what the Toxic Strip wanted. Their first choice was Mardi Gras. Excellent.
That's a good one.
That is a
Perfect for
very
Vega.
traditional parade float building holiday.
Yep. I love it.
And oh, you know what? I realized I've just been writing in my notes. I've just been writing the names of the things, not the. Okay, so
I'll make notes.
So
for
it
you
was
on our other
Uncanny was first choice. Northland was Christmas. Babalar Earth Day.
Nice.
Reverie is TBD. Toxic is Mardi Gras. Okay, who is team number 6?
We had listed the Sunflower, with the rainbow cars.
Sunflower. Okay, let's see what Sunflower selected. Stellar Spider's first choice was New Year's. Okay, New Year's Day.
And that was the one with the moon. That was the one with the moon office, right? With the
Yeah.
big- Yeah, that was very.
Also, we just got a tip rolling in from Desire Fire for 5, who says, this is a toxic bribe. Well, unfortunately, your team has already been judged. This is one of the reasons also that I wasn't one of the judges. I'm hearing this anyway.
I mean, it'd still be allocated.
Yeah,
True.
that puts us 5 away from the next face camera expansion. Thank you very much, Desire Fire. And who is our 7th place contestant? I guess that leaves
Untitled.
Untitled. Okay, and Untitled had requested National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, September 30th. So Untitled. Here we go. National Day. I think that's a Canadian holiday. So let's see. We had Toxic for Mardi Gras. We had Sunflower for New Year's. Boom. So I'm going to go ahead and post those results in the event room on the Discord. Thank you so much to everyone who came out. Thank you to our judges. Kindleless says it's a brand new holiday in Canada. Okay, awesome. Toxic says, I sent my bribe too. Check PayPal. Thank you, Toxic, for the 5, whose note on the tip is an advertisement for a casino that I'm not going to read. But that puts us evenly at our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. Expand Joe. If y'all have never seen a Joe Hill stream before, every time we hit a tipping milestone, the camera gets bigger. And you might think there should be an upper limit on that, but I'm a single parent, so no. So thank you very much.
Can be big.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going. It's bribe season after the results are in, apparently. So thank you again to our judges, Lapis Lori, Music Man 1017, and Wes Wilson. Their Twitch links are basically those usernames up in the corner. I'm gonna go ahead and post twitch.tv/Lapis Lori.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Let me make sure that if I post 3 links in the same message, it's not gonna like spam bot me or something.
Is your bot gonna ban you?
Well, I don't have a bot because I work with I used to work with computers for a living, which means I distrust all technology.
I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, it's one of those things like when your coworkers and when you work on this stuff enough, you're just kind of like, you know what? I think that we've got one of the best teams on the planet working here, and that bar is way lower than I feel comfortable with, you know. So there we go. I posted links to all 3 of y'all in both places.
Very cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and set us up for a raid, but before I do, I'm gonna go down the list alphabetically. Any final words, Lapis?
I was just most impressed with Uncanny's build because everything was absolutely complete. There was nothing left undone, which I think is the tipping point for them to get first place. I was most impressed with all that.
Wonderful. Wes, any final words or thoughts?
Yeah, just because something didn't rank high doesn't mean it wasn't good. There was value in everything that everybody did.
Well said.
And but we had to pick a choice, and so we did what we did. But yeah, like this was a blast, and I'm glad I got to participate.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Wes, for coming out. And I probably should have thanked Lori as well. But yeah, thank you. And Music Man. Wait, I said I was going to do this alphabetically, and then I skipped you. I'm sorry. I'm so used to doing you last because you're playing the music.
I know. No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Music Man, any final thoughts or words?
Now, GG's to everybody that even had the time to put into this. You know, for those of you that were busy with school, work, life, what have you, you know, to still be able to participate in something like this. You know, everybody did such an amazing job, and congrats to all the winners. And I hope you guys enjoyed the music.
Yeah, it was wonderful having you. You really added a lot. And hey, if you're ever in the Nashville area, like my studio has room now, I just reorganized it. You know, you could come jam in here. We could do some sort of joint stream or something.
Don't tempt me. I'll be there tomorrow. I mean,
well, there's a pandemic going on, so maybe not that,
Nashville.
but yeah.
I love Nashville. Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you are here, though, like,
yeah, I got you.
Let me know.
Oh, I got you.
Cool,
Yes,
cool.
sir.
Well, folks, thank you so much again for watching. Thank you for enjoying the beautiful, brilliant things that members of our Patreon server cooperated to make. You can learn more about joining the Patreon server at the $10 a month level at patreon.com/Joe Hills. We are going to go ahead and pass on the stream baton to my good friend, Good Times with Scar, who is playing on the Hermitcraft server right now. And when you get over there, go ahead and say howdy, y'all. Joe Hills raid here. So, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. And 1 second, we are not out yet. I gotta